after so taking over the new administration from Roman Abramovich. When he took over, Thomas Tuchel was the first coach or second from the football club. From Thomas Tuchel, no being himself a good coach in the likes of Thomas Tuchel as Oba, he can easily do something for the football club. But he went to Brighton and Hove Albion and brought in the side of Graham Potter, not in the buy. When Graham Potter came, went to deliver that kind of, performance, any the kind of things and not just 4% would deliver the mom. So to be Pamonamanaco. Bruno Salto will take over as an active coach. Frank Lampard will take over from them at the end at the end of that particular season. Or both season, they needed to actually appoint a new coach to take over in a fresh season last 2 seasons. And that was in the side of Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino there, at least, Urbano, coaching for Tottenham Hotspur, he did very well with them, with taking them to the UEFA Champions League final on the Liverpool Cowboy. So they thought it was Mauricio Pochettino, he can easily do justice to the job by Thomas Tuchel, Ebefa Football Club. But when Papa Mauricio Pochettino came, when he made deliver that Champions League slot now, Omokache and say, Obetiki club, on for going to the Champions League slot now. When he made deliver that kind of thing, and for Amateurs Football Club, he needed to be sidelined. No Monkofu be say Enzo Maresca and Fanembra. In fact, before say Enzo Maresca, no being say Luis Enrique and taking over for Chelsea Football Club. But Todd Woolley administration defied all odds, appointed Enzo Maresca to take over from Mauricio Pochettino when he was coming. Because of some, most of us believed in the DNA of Italian coaches for the side of Chelsea Football Club. I believed in him, say, Obefa Football Club, he can easily change the narrative, change the identity of Mauricio Pochettino, and then he can easily do something for the side of Chelsea Football Club. And when he came under his first spell for the side of Chelsea Football Club, all those say or promise or and I said Todd Boehly administration catch and say club no Barbefano on take you back to where they belong, and that was the Champions League slot. Or by and qualify them to the Champions League. We're making sure say in the Conference League no Jomo Koboy he win that particular competition for them, and even under the Club World Cup. Or Betimaba Ediomako into the finals of the Club World Cup, and it tells you say the kind of system Enzo Maresca it identified the Chelsea Football Club. It has been able to influence most of these players over there. When he came, he needed to identify a tactical system which will suit the side of Chelsea Football Club. So one of the things or the match Chelsea Football Club they say Obetima invented the playing back style for the Chelsea Football Club. So more progressive one, so more transition ball now. Most of these defenders will transition their ball into the mid-third. So currently as you speak, the biggest passer of the ball for Chelsea Football Club, almost set up, he has a lot of numbers when it comes to passing accuracy of Chelsea Football Club. Apart from that, you get to be say Enzo Fernandez, he can easily progress the pass into the attacking third for Chelsea Football Club. But make a way in the last 25 games for Chelsea Football Club since February, they've been able to lose just 2 games for themselves. Omo etimi winning 19 games, omo etimi lusu just 2 and then 3 draws pen on my ball, and that's a 4 draws pen on my body. It tells you, say Chelsea Football Club under Enzo Maresca, they are doing something right for themselves. Ochekomu goals per game, it is close to about 1.8 per game. So it tells you that when they are playing, because of say or add a lot of attacking numerical superiority, they can easily channel a lot of games and a lot of goals into the attacking third of their opponent. And in terms of goal contribution, that's a goal contribution per game, they've been able to have close to about 0.7 for Chelsea Football Club under Enzo Maresca, and it tells you say they were doing something right. But the catch was in the tactical lineup, João Pedro will start for the side of Chelsea Football Club. Yeah. A lot of people were doubting the starting lineup for Chelsea, say use João Pedro, because I believe in him. Say after Liam Delap, only a lot of accumulation of yellow cards or quackot nanchain. Now when you say Nicola Jackson or more bench and Eddie João Pedro Rabana. The side of Enzo Maresca wanted to create a certain competition between these particular 3 strikers in attacking tier for Chelsea Football Club. And so that's all checking the starting lineup now. Although said Obia who said in the midfield for Chelsea Football Club, they have a certain Enzo Maresca and they have a certain Moises Caicedo who can always partner for themselves at any moment in time in terms of identity, in terms of familiarity. These 2 partners have showed say when you play them in the midfield for Chelsea Football Club, they can easily give you that particular numbers. So in terms of say Obi air passable, they are going to the attacking third between Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, because of say Caicedo don't allow Enzo Fernandez to go forward and make a lot of changes in attacking third. He has added a lot of numbers to his credibility, and I think that it was very good for him. Marco Cucurella has become someone in a certain while. Enzo Maresca can always rely on him when it comes to the tactical tweaks and the tactical fluidity of the game. Sometimes he plays him as a left full back, and sometimes too he plays him as an inverted midfielder just to support Moises Caicedo at the time when Enzo Fernandez say ye free no go into the attacking third or Bob say Kopama into the attacking third, and Enra he showed very well. But then in terms of possession against Fluminense, Enra, Chelsea had close to about 54% in terms of ball possession. So it tells you say totally they dominated against Fluminense against 46% of Omankasansu ball possession. In terms of shot on goal, I mean, the side of Fluminense have 12 shots and then 3 pair and a goal on goal. Chelsea had 17 and had 5 shots on target, and they were able to make sure say Omitime Yusu this kind of shot on target to score 2 goals by João Pedro. In terms of passes completed, Fluminense have close to about 378 passes completed for them. And then Chelsea Football Club was able to have 454 passes completed for themselves. It tells you, say, they did something right in the midfield, carrying most of these balls into the attacking third. And I'm a catch was Enzo Maresca, whenever you be changing in Sanubi and all those things and saying, no, about the 4-2-2 system. But in the last 2 games, one about them at Chelsea Football Club, he has been able to play the 3-1-6 tactical system, making sure so stay back, and then he will rely on a lot of counter-attacking system of football to make sure say, oh, pressing now, a lot of people or more pace or more that kind of weight or more strength to just adjust to the opponent defensive structure. No matter a lot of goals, but Enra, young country João Pedro said he was that particular guy. He did very well on his first debut or started at the side of Chelsea Football Club. 60 minutes and about the side of Chelsea, he had 25 touches, had 2 goals, shot on target was 3, and then 7 key passes no team here at the Chelsea Football Club into the attacking third. So here map that's now. This was the kind of areas João Pedro covered the Chelsea Football Club. He's not just a static number 9 for Chelsea, but then sometimes he drops in deep, comes into the midfield, making sure that into the defensive structure, he can easily come and help most of these players over there. And then when he gets the ball, he can easily progress the ball into the attacking third. So João Pedro is not just a static false number 9, but then he drops in, making sure that he will define that classical number 9 attacking role for Chelsea Football Club. And I feel say he is doing very well for himself. And then the biggest match with Matuja, that will be against PSG versus the side of Real Madrid Football Club. But the Infantuja said in their previous, 12 meetings or PSG Football Club has been able to win 4, 3 draws for themselves, and then 5 wins for Real Madrid Football Club. So in terms of these 2 football clubs, Obi Omushi dominated pan Real Madrid, because Real Madrid have 5 wins against PSG Football Club on 4 wins for themselves. Madrid are dominating against PSG Football Club. But any game will be superior than all, because we are having a new coach in that particular touchline for the side of Real Madrid, the likes of Xabi Alonso. And that coach, Luis Enrique, took PSG Football Club to complete their trouble in this particular season. It is telling you, say, in terms of trophy winning, Luis Enrique has shown the world, say, when he comes into your football club, he can easily do that thing for you. In the only advantage of Luis Enrique over Xabi Alonso, they say, when it comes to the identity, when it comes to say, yeah, formulating a lot of players in a particular football club, he has stayed with PSG Football Club for the last 2 seasons. He knows the ins and outs. He knows how he can blend players to get the best out of them. But with Xabi Alonso, the Club World Cup is the testing moment for Xabi Alonso for him to propel a good side for the side of Real Madrid Football Club. He is putting out new players together just to get identity for the football club. The new tactical formation, that is a 3-5-2 system. I think that most of these players are adjusted to that, but yes, still, or they're doing to the semi-finals of this particular competition. When it comes to the midfield, we should expect Vitinha, João Neves, and Obise Fabian Ruiz will control that particular tactical midfield for the side of PSG Football Club. But then they will be meeting against a particular midfielder. To me, when you get other Guleshuameni and Federico Valverde, this is the new identity in the midfield for the side of Real Madrid Football Club. But between these 2 football club midfield, no, Obiabekas a PSG midfield, no, a dynamo against the side of Real Madrid Football Club, against any other team. They've shown their prowess. Against Liverpool in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, they did well. Against Inter Milan in the finals, they did well. And they dominated against Arsenal in the semi-final of the Champions League. And it is telling you that they've dominated. But against Real Madrid Football Club, we are going to see a new Xabi Alonso, the tactical 3-5-2 system. And when he's using it or you saw say Ada Goulet to make a lot of promising stars in that particular midfield. Ada Goulet is a typical dictator. He controls the tempo of the game, and then he makes sure say at any moment in time he can easily channel a lot of breaking line passes into the attacking third. So currently, as you speak, most of these players are more the Club World Cup. Or make a lot of passes into the attacking third, and as a final third delivery, it has been Ada Goulet. 23 passes into the final third delivery for the side of Real Madrid Football Club. In terms of assists, Ubenya the assist chart for the side of Real Madrid, or no Ada Goulet air top against most of these midfielders in the Club World Cup. Over 2 assists. Enzo Fernandez or Chelsea over 2 assists. Kvaratskhelia or PSG Football over 2. Kingsley Coman for Bayern Munich over 2. And then Karim Adeyemi also 2 assists. So it tells you, say, in terms of passes into the final third delivery, he is over there. In terms of assists, he is over there. To me, he will dictate the fluidity and dictate how Real Madrid Football Club will play. But when it comes to the side of PSG Football Club, Vitinha has said it all. Best passer of the ball in terms of the Club World Cup is Vitinha. 112 passes. And when you're there by the side of PSG Football Club, ultimately deliver the the attacking third. But then I will see how Obidise designed way will battle against Trent Alexander-Arnold. Kvaratskhelia will battle against them. Because Luis Enrique now, when he is starting his tactical lineup, and that's when he's starting his transition, what he does, they say, he tried as much as possible to operate and create a lot of overload in the left-hand side. Designed to do it now. So Ousmane Dembele a lot of things in attacking side. He channeled most of these things in the left flank of PSG Football Club. Kvaratskhelia to me rotating in terms of rotational policy into the attacking third. And when you get these kind of attackers are almost harding, almost dropping in deep, especially with Ousmane Dembele, it will be very difficult for you to handle them. Against, Liverpool in the quarterfinal, that same goal, and Ousmane Dembele, against Arsenal, or drop it deep, get involvement in progression of the ball with Kvaratskhelia and the side of Desire Doué. He scored against Arsenal. Against Bayern Munich in the Club World Cup, when he came, he did the same thing against Bayern Munich. Say, Madrid, it's showing to me and Ousmane Dembele, Desire Doué, and Kvaratskhelia, they can easily score a goal. Meaning, say, DBCB, Ousmane Dembele will score a goal. But then the match will end in over 2.5. PSG might go into the final.
Mate, Medal Sepa Ephraim Sansa on Facebook. Big shout outs to Sexy Maestro.